Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, um, today we're going to talk about dating tips for single mothers. Alright, um, before we get started, I want to thank you all for supporting this channel and thank you for leaving those comments. I really enjoy reading them, and I read them every day. I want to thank you so much. Okay, so now let's get started. Single mothers. Now, I was I was a single mother for quite some time. Although I was married twice, uh, two failed marriages, and I found myself raising boys basically on my own. Okay, now I was a young woman, so naturally I wanted to, I wanted to date during that time while I was raising my kids. But I found that you needed to realize some things. Number one is, if you're dating to find a mate or a companion, that's fine. That's fine. But remember that you have children, and your children should come first before anybody that you're trying to date. That's number one. I know when I was out there dating, some men want you to accept them over your children. No. Single mothers, I hope you don't do that. Don't ever accept a man over your children. You see? And a lot of times this happens because women feel like they need the man. They need the man to come to help them raise their children. Now, many times, the man that you're, wanting to date, he has no real connection to the children. You are the children's connection, whether their biological father, is present or not. You understand? Now, of course, if their biological father is present, then, he's going to have something to say about any man that's going to be interacting with his children. That's if he is a responsible father. Now, I know a lot of times in this society, if you are a single mother, the father could be long gone. And many women find themselves in this type of situation. So, a lot of them are out here trying to find a father for the children, because they have been sold on the mentality that only a man can raise a boy to be a man. Now this is assuming that you have boys, you see. But, if you are fortunate enough to know a decent man that can be a model for your sons, good for you. But out here in this world, in today's world, you may be hard pressed to find a man who is going to treat your kids as if they were his. Men, a lot of men have that mindset that they're not gonna raise another man's kids. That's why I say, women, if you are a single mother, that's not a terrible thing. I was. And I raised my kids on my own, and they turned out fine. Now, I'm not saying that if there was a suitable man present, that they could not have been even stronger and, more powerful men. I'm not saying that. But it's better for you to protect your, especially sons, from dysfunctional men. Because if they're dysfunctional, they can be a model for your sons. And if you have daughters, single mothers, you need to be doubly protective over them, especially if you are dating men and having them to come in and out of your environment. There's too many cases out here where mom's date goes in and rapes the daughter. It's too many instances out here that happens. You see? And, it happens when the mother could marry the man, and the stepfather, he's known to rape the daughter too. That's why I'm saying you need to be so careful. And don't be needy, feeling like you need to settle because you need a man to help you raise these kids. No. Let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back to women who don't have kids yet. Okay? I encourage those women to only have the kids that you can afford to raise yourself, just in case it doesn't work out with the man. You see, this is where a lot of women get caught up, where the kids are concerned. Because, all right, you run out to find a man. Okay, you find a man, you decide together you're going to have these children. Okay, all right, you have children with the man. Now, the man, many times in these relationships, he wants to be king. You see? So he brings in the finances. Most of the finances. And the women, may supplement. She's got the kids to take care of or whatever. If the man changes his mind and decides that he doesn't want you anymore, now here you are out here trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces of your life and go forward. The kids could be little kids. All right? He's gone. And he could be paying child support and everything is so okay. But you decide that you're lonely and you want a mate. You might not necessarily want somebody to help you raise your kids. You just want a mate. Okay. Ladies, because you have those children, you need to be very careful who you choose to come into your environment with those kids. You can't trust everybody around your kids. Just like you can't trust everybody around yourself. Take your time. If you have kids, you need to take even a longer time before you even let this person know where you live, or to come to your home for your kids are. Now, let's assume that the man's already been in your home. He's already met your kids. But you can tell that he's a little rough with the kids. Kids gets on his nerve. He want to shout at the kids. Get out of here. What you do? You understand? You can tell. You can tell if you watch this person around your kids. You understand? Now, there's some ladies out there who think, that if he comes in and he's rough with your kids, that's okay. Kids need discipline and he's a man, so whatever he does to discipline your kids is fine. No. This person is not the biological parent of these children. And he has no right to have anything to say to those kids. Has no right. And luckily, today, the laws prohibit anybody from calling themselves spanking the kids. A lot of those men will come in thinking that they know how to discipline kids. And plus, many of them don't even have kids. But they think they know how to tell you how to raise your kids. Listen, ladies, I'm telling you this because many of these children grow up with a lot of issues because single mothers decide they want to date. And they feel like they can date like they did when they didn't have any children. You understand? They think that, they can bring this man home. You understand? Tell the kids, introduce the kids to this man. And you all can be fine. Another thing that can happen is that those kids could bond to the man. The man may be a wonderful man. The kids bond to him. He likes kids. He loves kids. But he's not in it to stay. He's not in it for the long term. He is just coming, having fun with you and the kids. You see? But you're thinking that, it's going to develop into something. He's going to be around for the long haul. So you and the kids, y'all feel fine, like a family. But one day, he decides, that he wants something different. He wants something different. So now, he wants to leave you and the kids. The kids, if they're little kids, it can be a terrible fallout from that. That's right. If they have bonded to this man and he has left them just like their natural parent has left them, it can do something to the psychic of the kids about trust and abandonment and security. It can do something to your children. And you're not thinking that way. You're thinking, as long as the kids are alive, then all is well. Some people just live like that. As long as their kids are breathing, that's fine. And they don't look in it like if they are being abused in any way. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of this happens because maybe the parent went through this when they were children. So to them, it's natural. To them, it's natural. If they grew up in an abusive home. Maybe their mother dated men coming in and out, whatever. You see? And to them, this is just life. You see? So when they have their children, they do the same thing that they saw their parents do. And these children will do what they see you do. You see? People have forgotten that they are models for their children. The children are looking to the parents for guidance, how they should be when they grow up. And single mothers, if you want to date, fine, but date outside of your home for a long time before you bring anybody around your children. You need to know that person real good. Real good. And I always talk to the women, because most times the women are the ones left with the children. Many times. And then when they want to date a man to come in, first thing they want to know, do you have any kids? And they say, yeah, I have one or two. You see? Now they want to come in there, in their minds. If they feel like they're going to stick with you for a while, many of them feel like they need to come in there to help you with your kids. No. And they are presuming that you are dating them because you are looking for a father for your kids. This should not be an assumption, because every woman's not looking for that. When I was going through, I wasn't looking for a father for my kids. My kids already had a father. He wasn't around, but they had one. No. When I dated, I was only, wanting a companion for the time being. If it lasted, great. But I was not looking for anyone to come to help me to raise my children. And when men come in and have that mindset, they come in taking charge of you and the children. And because you want to keep the man around, many times the women will just turn the other way, may say something to him later in a nice, cautious way about, the way he treats the kids. You see? But the man is still in charge. You still giving your power away to him. Ladies, I just want you to be aware of these things, and to know that this can really be a detriment to your children. To your children. That's right. You bring these men sometimes, and the man, after a while, he gets all settled and comfortable, and especially if he's bringing money into the situation, he could be mean and violent. After a while, he's beating you up and beating your kids up. Only because of your need. You felt like you needed him. You felt like you needed a man. Now, I'm not saying all men do this. All men, are violent. I'm not saying this. But what I am saying is all men want to come in and they feel like they need to be in charge. I am saying that. And I I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. I don't understand why a man can't come in and just be loving. And just, understand? And just be loving. Nobody asked him to come in to be the boss. But people are brought up to believe these things. And they act accordingly. So, this is for you, single moms. Number one, don't allow anybody to make you feel down or bad because you are single with children. Don't allow anybody to make you feel any kind of way because of it. Just know why you are with those children. 9 times out of 10, you trusted a man who made you believe that he loved you and you two were going to have a lasting relationship. So you had his children. But remember, these men lie. These men lie. You see, they will bed you and you turn up pregnant. Many of them ask you to abort it because they didn't intend, to be responsible for a child. Now these are the men that you're bringing in there around your children. These kind of men. These men that got all the time in the world to come and date you. Ladies, I just want you to think. Just these messages are just for you to look at the situations clearly and to protect yourself. And please protect these children because the children are the fallout when the parents go out dating. You understand? When you women go out dating, you understand? Your children are the ones who could suffer repercussions of your actions. Just be careful. Take your time. Focus on your children. That's the most important thing. Focus on them. So, I hope that you understand this message. And I hope that it can help someone. I really hope that it can help someone. So, I'm going to end it here. Thank you again for watching this video. And thank you for supporting this channel. I love you all. And I hope to see you next time.